So I says, yo, haha, it's all in the words.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm making another video with this rattling ass noise in the background. So I'm gonna try and make it quick. Damn it, I said that on the last video and it turned out to be like 46 minutes. Anyway, okay, so I'm on Netflix and I'm watching this movie called The Main Event. Alright, one, it's a kid's film, no doubt. I ain't gonna say no doubt as in, all I watch is kid films. No, that's not it. But two, it's a film about wrestling, like WWE. As a matter of fact, the NXT brand. You got The Miz in it, and you got a few other popular wrestling entertainers. Alright, so anyway, of course, I'm about to complain, bitch, moan, rant, whatever. But I think I have a reason to, a right to, a reason to. Tashina Arnold, she's in it. She played Pam in the hit series Martin, and she's played a bunch of other characters. She's a seasoned vet of an actress. She also played in Chris Rock's show, Everybody Hates Chris. So I would imagine anything dealing with our race and culture, she would want us to represent ourselves in the best way possible. And in this show, in this movie, she's the grandmother of a child who happens to have a father from another race, and her daughter is not in the picture, is not, is not in the house to raise her child. So that right there is a red flag. It's like two red flags when you think about, uplifting our culture, our race. It's like two flags there. A woman not there to raise her own child, and then two, a woman dating outside of her race. Now, a lot of people are down for it. I've done it. But when it came down to being inside the home, either as a father or a mother, it goes back to my other videos. It goes back to my thoughts about parenting. And it's just like, yo, why bring a child into this world if you're not going to be a parent? No matter, no matter who you partnered up with, that's not where I'm going with it. I don't want to go there with it, because I think planned parenting should be number one. But when it comes down to it, there's a lot of broken homes. There's a lot of people who break up with their partner. But co-parenting is still the only option left. This is 2022, and Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, they've gone through their separation, their time apart, whatever. But as far as co-parenting, it's something that the two of them, they they accomplished that. You know what I'm saying? It's a must-have type of situation. They they must have co-parenting inside of that situation. So when it comes down to this movie, it's like, man, um, the part of Tashina Arnold, you know what I'm saying? I am disappointed because I would have thought that she would have either not fucked with this movie if she couldn't talk the writers and the producers or whatever into correcting those two red flags. Because it's like, what's the point of this movie? I can understand the role of the child. He, one, as he's interested in the girl, and what the lesson to be learned with that is just be yourself and be accountable. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Don't let your friends down. Don't lie to your friends. Don't lie to your family. Be where you're supposed to be. Be punctual. You know what I'm saying? But there's actresses like Debbie Allen. If you look up Debbie Allen, and if you look up her catalog, and if you look up documentaries or anything that references her, you will see that she is a woman for the culture, for our race. And when she was on A Different World, she made sure that the cast members were involved in the show, directing, producing, writing. At least that's what's been said. Jasmine Guy and I want to say Kadeem Harris. They played the two main, not the two main roles, but they played two main roles in the series A Different World, and it's a must-see show. It really is. It influenced a lot of people of my culture and race to go to college. You know what I'm saying? To be a part of a future for us, an educated future for us, and helped with our identity. And it was supposed to help with our identity. But when you think about Debbie Allen and her role and her approach, she was like, Hollywood, the heads of the TV channels, the people who are pouring money into the series, they're not going to just give you, as an actor or actress, they're not just going to give you what you want and what you need to really make the show pop. But you have to fight for it. You have to have it in your heart and your mind and your spirit to really, I'm not going to say your heart, but you got to have it in your spirit and in your will to fight for what you deserve. If you go and watch Jasmine Guy and Kadeem on the Breakfast Club, you will hear the back, behind the scenes of what was going down with that show. And this is a great episode of the Breakfast Club. So the reason why I'm making this video is because I'm all about community. I'm all about unity. I'm all about people who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. People who are part of the have-nots. You know what I'm saying? Back in the 80s, 70s, there might have been a middle class. You know what I'm saying? But this is 2022, and it's really a line drawn between the haves and the have-nots. We're dealing with this issue with migrants. During COVID, you had a lot of folks that were trying to cross the border to get into the United States. You know what I'm saying? Because it was COVID was so damaging for the people who couldn't afford hospitalization, and it was a time where in their own countries in South America that they were being victimized in so many ways. So not only are you being victimized and being used sexually, cheap labor, whatever, all the issues that are going down there, but you also have people dying by the thousands, you know what I'm saying? So you're trying to get away from all that, but now they're here in the United States, and that dream that they had is being pushed 3 steps back. Because the government, I thought about this tonight, and I'm like, man, if the government was to ever do right by any migrant, then the whole economics of, or the whole thing dealing with money would fuck up a lot of people who had the money. Basically, people who have money don't want to pay for labor. So in order to treat people right, you gotta pay them. And the people who have money don't want to pay for this labor. They call it cheap labor, you know what I'm saying? Sweatshops, things like that. And the migrants, the folks who come in from other countries, are willing to do the jobs that other people won't do. But if the government was to quote unquote treat them right, then they would need to get paid for these dirty jobs. These jobs that nobody else would do. As a matter of fact, they would need to get paid extra because they're doing jobs that nobody else would want to do. So the monetary gain, you know what I'm saying, or just the issue of treating people right is all about money. To me, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but it seems that there's always an issue with money when it comes down to the issues of America. And you got people who want all the cheapest labor that they can possibly get, and they're not willing to pay for it. If you know, when a person becomes rich, their main goal is to become richer and to keep all the money that they can possibly keep, even though they can't take it with them. When you die, you die. You can't take that money with you. But a lot of these rich people think about legacy. They pump out 4 or 5 kids and they groom them to hold down the family legacy. And it's crazy. We all have dreams. Not all of us. There's a lot of people that have dreams and they want to be something in life. They want to own something. They want to be independent. And you have to find the loopholes to be as independent as you can possibly be. You know, I was talking with my family, and it's like, no matter what you do in this country, the whole quote unquote big bank take little bank, meaning whoever's got the money is going to take out the small businesses in order to knock out the competition. And that's just one way of looking at it. But there's so many other agendas that goes into that topic. It's been that way for the longest time, and they're fighting to keep it that way. And it's bullshit, it's fucked up, and folks have not figured out a way to crush it, to crush that system. So what does that have to do with this movie? Well, look, like I said, I'm surprised and I'm upset that Tashina Arnold isn't, or didn't do the best job to help represent us in the best way possible when it comes down to entertainment, and when it comes down to people my color in entertainment. They give us roles that somebody from the other race would do, but they just put our face into it. You know, they talk about diversity. They're like, well, if you brown folks want to complain so much, then here's a role that you can do. Take it and stop complaining. And it's like, man, we have writers. We have people who want to be behind the camera. It's like Booker T. He's a wrestler. He did this interview with the Ghetto Boys, Reloaded. The Ghetto Boys happen to be rappers from the South, from out of Houston. Not out of Houston, but, you know, down south, period. And Booker T had said in that interview that, you know, he is more comfortable being behind the scenes at this time in his life. He doesn't, you know what I'm saying, he'll make his appearances here and there, but he's more comfortable behind the scenes. And a lot of folks, when you get to a certain age, you know, you've accomplished so many things, and when it comes down to being producers and directors, you know what I'm saying, they have a better joy in doing that because they have ideas and fantasies, and, you know what I'm saying, they want to put their print, their legacy on our culture, and you know what I'm saying, and do things to help our identity grow. So I remember you had Melvin Peoples. He was a director, writer, actor, activist, amongst many other things. Photographer, just amongst so many other things. Writer, author, father, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And his son was groomed into that same direction. You know what I'm saying? His son became, you know what I'm saying, an actor, director, writer, producer as well. Mario Van Peebles. And back then, I would say 50s and the 60s, Hollywood didn't want brown-faced or brown-raced directors and producers. So a lot of folks went across the ocean over to Paris, you know, into the UK. And France had this thing where Only thing you had to do to get your director's license was you had to understand and speak French. That was it, basically. And you can get your license. And Josephine Baker, she went overseas. There's a lot of brown folks that went overseas to have a career in entertainment because they couldn't do it here with any equal rights. All the entertainers that were here in this country back in the day, it's like I said earlier, they're like, look, here's a role, take it or leave it. But don't complain and say that we didn't give you anything. And it's fucked up. It's real fucked up that another race will look at a different race and be like, we're giving you something, take it or leave it, or shut the fuck up. Don't say that we didn't try to help you, type shit. So as I'm watching this movie, I'm like, man, once again, instead of just enjoying a movie for what it is, you know, I'm looking and I'm seeing red flags, hoping that it could have been a better movie. I'm not even done with the movie. I'm like halfway through it. But it's like, I'm going to finish it because I want to see what it's all about. You know, I just got finished watching that series called Raising Dion. And it you know, the second series, you know what I'm saying, it ended at a cliffhanger. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that without a doubt there should be a couple of more seasons that come out of it. You know, as far as whenever a villain is revealed towards the end of a season, you automatically know that there should be another season to come up. You know what I'm saying? So the hero fights the villain. So anyway, I'm hoping that that turns out to be something that they do. You know, I like DC, I like Marvel movies, and the way that the universe goes within the comic, you know, realm is that you can do anything. They can create, they can relabel. You know what I'm saying? They've switched genders on so many characters. They switched races on so many characters. So, you know what I'm saying, the sky's the limit to how, you know, people of my color can get jobs and help us with our identity to push us, you know, even forward even more. So I'm hoping that, man, it's not even a hope. It's just, I want to see us doing better things, greater things with the entertainment and with our talents. You know what I'm saying? We are entertainers. It's something in us that is so appealing to other people and to other races and to other cultures that whatever we do, they want a piece of that scene. They want a piece of that charisma. They want a piece of the authenticity, the swag. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we do, someone is constantly copying and stealing from us, because it's not a thing of wanting to be us, but they want to feel what we feel out of the things that we create and what we bring to the world. If I'm wrong on that, then I'm wrong on it. But I really think that, they want to have that feeling. There's no greater feeling than to feel good about yourself. But there's a lot of people who just aren't as creative as my race. And I like that. I really do. And if you look at history, you will see that my race has produced a lot of what this world has. And if it wasn't for us, you know, it's like this world would be nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like life started over in Africa, and people, you know what I'm saying, stretched out and became other races and things like that. But for anybody who's melanated, you know, there's a certain dignity that we need to have in order to keep our roots strong. And so I don't want to be disappointed when I'm watching TV or listening to music. I don't want to see us dumbed down. I don't want to see us doing less than what we can really do. I don't want us to sound so ignorant or so, what do you call it, superficial. You know what I'm saying? Rappers and musicians, you know, all their music is on superficial shit. We're talking about, or they're talking about stuff that we can't take with us when we're gone anyway. So what's the value in it? Anyway, let me get off of here, man. I'm gonna end this video with my disclaimer. I'm not the smartest person, but I'm not the dumbest person. I've done my research on some things, and there's a lot of things that I could still be doing my research on to, you know, to be more knowledgeable, to you know, increase my brain capacity. You know what I'm saying? The things that I think about and how I think about them, the way that I look at things. But anyway, I want you to question everything that I talk about, and I want you to form your own opinion and then share your opinion with other people. You know, please do that. You know what I'm saying? With my platform, I'm only able to reach so many people, but your platform might be or could be a whole lot larger than mine. So you can reach out to a lot more people. It's up to you to do that. And when it comes down to races, I'm a true believer that we all come from the same source. And if we all come from the same source and we all have the same chemistry, then it's only us that cause division. And the division needs to stop. It don't have to be a civil war. It don't have to be a battle. Unity and community, it has to be, you know what I'm saying, overpowering. Because the rest of the stuff is a big waste of time. You know, it's just a big waste of time. But we're not going to live forever. There's only 24 hours in a day. So what are we going to do with the time that we have? And we can't do everything alone. You know what I'm saying? We have to have some help at some times, at some points in our lives. So, yeah, man. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Take care. You have a good day. You have a good night. You have a good morning. Peace.